What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today we have ourselves a little OG Modern Horizons box battle. How this thing is going to work is we have 4 participants. We're going to open this thing up, and each one of them is going to get 6 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics, and at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst rares and mythics are each going to get 1 Outlaws of Thunder Junction collector pack to go with their other spoils. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic, as a first tiebreaker, highest mana value rare as a second tiebreaker, and if I need a third tiebreaker, we will go down the line with the highest mana value rare until we have a tie. No more. I still really enjoy opening Modern Horizons. It's just, God, it feels like such a throwback every time we do it now. And it's not that old, but it's kind of old. It's weird. What are we, 2019? 2020? No, it's pre-2020, right? So 2019-ish? Man, that's crazy. I just enjoy that it opens like an older set, right? So rares or foils are limited. You get maybe 1 to 2 foil rares per box. Mythics are like case hits where you're about 1 per every 6 boxes. And you know, you're not getting a foil in every pack. You're getting a foil in every few packs. So mythics are going to average maybe around 4 per box. Just has that, like I said, it opens up like an older product, right? There's no collector boxes of Modern Horizons 1. All right, let's deal out some packs. So we start off with J and V, 6 for you. Daniel B, 6 for you. Steve H, 6 for you. Why do I have so many packs left? It's not going to be 6. It's going to be 8, right? 36 packs? 4 people? Not 6 packs. I was thinking 6 people. Hold on. Hold the phone. 3, 6, 8. Oh, it's going to be 9 packs. I can do math. I swear. Oh my goodness gracious. 9 packs. Yeah. Lost my mind. I forgot it was a full box. 3, 9. There we go. I can do math. I promise. 3, 6, 9. Holy moly. Okay. Okay. All right. So, gosh, have 9 packs per person. How do we want to do this? Let's do. I got to do 3, 2, 1. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Yeah, why not? All right, J and B. Get this party started. All right. All the business is up front, if I recall. Yep. All right. Start off with an Archmage's Charm. Once a very valuable card. It's been reprinted a few times since then. That's a 3. And again, these are very old school, right? So, you know, unless you get a foil rare mythic in there, you're talking about 1 rare or mythic per pack. Rare is Future Sight, double blue. Okay, all right. Double blue rares for JB. That is a 5. I will say that obviously they won't count for the battle purposes, but one of the draws on Modern Horizons 1 at this point is that the foils, because they are so rare, if they haven't been reprinted yet, and there are many foils from this set that haven't been, they do have a nice little multiplier on them. So there are some really valuable foil commons and uncommons. Next rare, Ayula's Influence as a 3 for mana value. And is that, I guess it's going to be, yeah, so 4, 3, am I tripping here? What have I done? Does somebody have too many packs? Amateur Hour. Absolute amateur hour. 3, 6, 9. I guess we'll just go 3, 3, 3. That makes it digestibly easy. Someone has one pack too many. Because J and V open 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is missing a pack. That's what's wrong with me. 4, 7. There it is. Ezra. We gave Ezra an extra pack. That's why. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. There we go. Jiminy Christmas. Out of my element today. Out of my mind. More coffee needed. All the things. Hey, foil token. Neat. Okay. Oh, there's a mythic. How about Yawgmoth? Yeah, we like Yawgmoth. Sweet. There's still a pretty good mythic pull. All right. There we go. We'll sleeve up Yawgmoth here. So for mana value, nice hit there. That's a 4, 7, 12, 15, right? 5, 8, 11, 15 it is. 15 it is. All right. And that leaves us 3 and 2. So yeah, we'll go 4, 3, 2. Cool. Jeez. Get it together today, Ian. All right, here we go. Daniel B. Lightning Skelemental, a personal favorite of mine. I really like this card. Love me some Lightning Skelemental. I used to play, it wasn't a very good deck. It was not a tiered deck at all, but it was really fun to play Modern Discard and use some Skelemental in there. And then like Unearth. Rare, Mirrodin Besieged. Not a bad rare. Pretty good card. Does have a little bit of value to it as well. Saw some Lava Dart action in there. There's a common. Third pack for Daniel B. Foil Rhino token. Neat. Land. Foil land. I only average about one of these per box. Actually, we'll sleeve this up separately. It doesn't count towards anything, but about one foil of the borderless snow-covered lands per box. Cordial Vampire. That's not bad. We'll sleeve up the foil Swamp. All right, fourth pack. Here we go. Rare is Miss Syndicate Naga. Not going to work here anymore. Okay. And that will do it for that pack. Let's add up some mana values. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 11, right? 6, 7, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, there we go. 11. It is a modern set. It was designed for modern, so you have some pretty low mana values in here. Of course, from a hits perspective, I actually think Force of Negation, that rare, is currently the best hit in the set, like just over 50 bucks. But Ranger Captain of Eos now is up there, almost 50. First Sliver's still up there. Prismatic Vista's still up there. So those are some of the things we would like to see. Winds of Abandon, pretty good removal spell. Steve, that was your first pack. Into your second pack now. Little foil Gabo token. I actually really do like the foiling on these. They look pretty good. Rare is Cloud Shredder Sliver. We've opened up a lot of TSR on this channel, a lot of Time Spiral Remastered, so we are quite familiar with that card as being one of the time-shifted cards. All right, next pack. Third pack. Flying Illusion token. Rare is Dead of Winter. It's a 3-drop removal spell for snow themed. I actually enjoyed that aspect of Modern Horizons. It was really fun to draft. Had some snow element in there. You have one person in your pot of 8 that's trying to do snow. They're probably going to pull it off and do reasonably well. If you have 2 or 3 people, you're going to end up with 2 or 3 people with really mediocre or bad decks. All right, foil common, Geomancer's Gambit. Rare is Ayula, Queen Among Bears. Scale up, pretty good uncommon. All right. So what do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 2, 5, 7, 9. 2, 4, 7, and 9. Of course, At Large is still a foil rare as well. Foil rare or mythic. All right, Ezra. To you for 4. First rare is Force of Virtue, first of the 4th cycle today. Most of the force is actually pretty good. Talisman's really good uncommons. Goblin Matron, pretty good in its own right as well. That will do it for our first pack. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Apparently it's just going to be one of those days. Like I can't get packs open, can't count, can't do basic math. When all else fails, just have a good laugh about it. Nothing wrong with a little self-deprecation. All right, here we go. Rare is Altar of Dementia. Hey, that's a pretty good rare. That is a pretty good hit there. Nice, Altar of Dementia. That is a 2 for mana value. Munitions Expert. Okay. You know what I have not opened hardly any card out of Modern Horizons in my experience? I don't know that I've ever opened... Ooh, hey, wait. Ooh, that's really neat. A Merit Lage Flying Indestructible foil token. That's actually kind of cool. That's actually pretty cool. I have not opened an Echo of Eons. I don't think ever. All right, Phantom Ninja is a foil common. There's a myth... Called shot. Called shot. Okay, there we go. I actually think this might be the legitimately first Echo of Eons I've ever opened. Pretty cool. There we go. I like this card a lot. I actually own no copies for myself because, you know, never opened any. Sweet hit there, Ezra. All right. All right. If only it were that easy. You just do that every time and just say the card you want to open. Ezra, your 4th pack. Nice hit on the Echo, by the way. Rare is, First of the Lands. You know what? Not like a super popular rare land cycle, but actually still a really practically good one. Like practical, playable, and maybe even a little underutilized. Okay, so Ezra, through your first 4 packs here, actually some really nice packs here. You have a 6, 7, 8, 12. It's a 12. And just so we're looking at it, the little corner, that's actually, it's not like dented. It's actually just a little bit of extra cardboard there. So it's not actually like frayed per se. 6, 7, 8, and 12. All right, so after the first round, we have Jane V in the high with a 15, Daniel B with 11, Steve H in the low with a 9, and Ezra with a 12. So we went 4, we're going to go 3, and then 2 as our last round. My goodness. When I set up the battle, I definitely said to the patrons it was going to be 6 packs per person, not remembering that it was a 4-person battle and a full box, which is hilarious. All right. Jane B. Oh, hey, nice. No mana value, and you're in the high right now, so that doesn't help you, but value-wise, Vista is still a really good hit. I think this is still like $33. Prismatic Vista, heck of a pull there. That is nice. I'll even sleeve that up right away. Not a mythic, but gosh, deserving. Okay, all right, box. I see you warming up. Here we go. Rare is Aria of Flame. That is a 3. Nice little talisman there. Okay, all right. And your third pack for round 2. Nurturing Peatland. So you got 2 lands in this round. Peatland's really good though. Peatland actually does have some value. Sees a ton of play in Commander. As again mentioned that the lands outside of like maybe Sunbake Canyon and Boros Burn don't really see a ton of modern play, but certainly at least Commander playable. All right, so you have a 3 for mana value in this round, but some nice hits there. And that is going to bring you to an 18. And yeah, Yogg, you're going to go to the bottom. Or below the Vista, I should say. All right, Daniel B. You and Steve were within 2 mana value of each other. Ezra was only within 3 for the low. Modern Horizons, again, these mana values typically are very low. We didn't have any things like Eldrazi's or anything in this set. It is a modern set. Low mana value set overall. Rare is Force of Rage. So we have 2 forces. Probably the 2 you want the least, unfortunately, because the blue is obviously the really good one. Black one is a really good one. And the green one is pretty good as well. Is also really good, I should say. But that is a 3 for mana value. I have hit all 5 forces in a box before. That is on the table. That is not impossible. Here we go. Second pack for Daniel B. Still a foil rare mythic at large. That was a mythic. Hey, Season Pyro. Sweet. Not a bad hit. Did see a little bit of a resurgence. That is a 3 for mana value. And Season Pyro is definitely not a throwaway mythic. We don't hate that. That's our 3rd mythic of this box. We've seen Yogg, we've seen Echo, and we've seen Season Pyro. There was one point where Season Pyro was all over Modern when this set first came out. All right, 3rd pack for Daniel B. Rare is Merit Lage's Slumber. That is a 2 for mana value. Actually, a pretty decent amount of mana values there. So we have ourselves a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 8. That is going to put you at a 19, and will actually put you in the high for the moment. I think we should at least have at least 1 more mythic that we're live for, maybe 2. Here we go, Steve. You for 3. You had the low coming into this round. You would not mind seeing a land as one of your rares. First rare is Sisse. Weatherlight Captain. That's a 3. I also really liked the inclusion of changelings in this set. Brought us some really good changelings, which of course can be used in, any Kindred deck where the color of the card actually matches your commander, of course, still, but does give a lot of versatility. Brought some really cool creatures to the forefront. Here we go, second pack of this round. Rare is Cabal Therapist. That is a 1 for mana value. Pretty good. Fairly low mana value. All right, third pack of this round. We've hit a couple of the rares. Obviously, we hit the Prismatic Vista, which is the second most valuable rare. And we've hit Altar, which is a pretty good one, but there's still some rares at large here that actually have some good playability and some value to them as well. Here we go. Third pack of round 2. Rare is Reap the Past. That is a 2. Generous gift. Nice little uncommon there. All right, so that will do it for your round 2. We have ourselves a 2, 3, and a 6 total. It's going to bring you to a 15, which is in fact a pretty low total. All right, Ezra. All right, foil bird token. Yeah, cool. Oh, hey, wow, that's a really good one. Man, Ezra. Couple of really sharp mythics. Sword of Truth and Justice is still a very nice hit. That is still a banger. Protection for white and blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature on you control, then proliferate. That's still a banger. That's a really nice mythic. And a talisman in there as well. Pretty good. All right, well, for 4 mythics, assuming there are no more, we still did quite well, I think, across the mythics. No, we didn't hit the very top tier, which would be like Ranger Captain, but hit a lot of the other stuff behind it and dodged some of the real the real stinkers, because there are stinkers in every set. Here we go. Ezra, your second pack of this round. Pretty good batch of mythics for sure. Rare, Crashing Footfalls. Oh, what a time. Crashing Footfalls. Rhinos, man. Was a deck for a long time. That is a 0 for mana value, by the way, for those scoring at home. Here we go. Elefante token. This is a foil. Third pack this round, Ezra. Foil rare. It's time. Plain Bound Accomplice. Unfortunately, not a great one, but it will help you in the mana value department. That is a 3. Followed behind that, hey, Eladamri's Call. There's one of those rares I was talking about that is both playable and has some value to it as well. Do not hate that. All right. We'll sleeve up the foil rare just because it is a foil rare and 1 per box. So what do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 3, 6, 7, 8, and 8. Ezra brings you to a 20 mana value, and it does put you in the lead as well. That foil rare, Playbound Accomplice, may not be moving the financial needle, but it certainly moved the needle on the battle. So heading into the last round, we have 2 packs per person. Jane B with an 18, Daniel B with a 19, Steve in the low with a 15, and Ezra in the high with a 20. We have a tight one still, less than 5 or 5 mana value separating high from low at this moment in time. All right, Jane B, your last 2. Foil elemental token. Here we go. Land, sure. Rare is Goblin Engineer. Pretty good rare. Does have some value to it as well. That is a 2 for mana value. All right, last pack for you, Jane B. Rare is Collected Conjuring. Not a big value hit, but a 4 mana value is actually a lot in this format. That is not insignificant. All right, so that is a 6/4 mana value, which brings you to a 24, and at the very least temporarily puts you in the high. And I know 4 mana value doesn't sound like a big lead, but honestly, it's better. It's at least a puncher's chance. All right, Daniel B. You had a 19 coming into this round, so you were trailing Ezra by 1 mana value right now. Rare. Oh, Silent Clearing. Silent Clearing is our 3rd land of the box. Actually, still a very good utility land as well, but it is a 0 for mana value. Talisman, Urza's Rage. Another Talisman. Double Talisman pack. Don't hate that for playables. All right, Daniel. Your last pack. There are a couple fairly high mana value cards. Let's see here. Foil Common is Unearthed. Actually, a Foil Common Unearthed is pretty cool. Rare is Scrapyard Recombiner. That is a 3 for mana value. Ooh, Soul Herder, nice. Crypt Rats, also pretty nice. Okay. So that is a 3 mana value. That will put you at a 22. It will not be good enough for the high because J&B already has a 24. Steve, 2 packs. You are currently below Daniel B by 7 mana value. Foil uncommon is Valiant Changeling. That's neat. Rare is Collector Oof. Quality card, low mana value, Pretty good. That's a nice pull rate in this position. A little bit of value, a lot of utility, and a low mana value. It's exactly where you want to be at this moment. Last pack. There's foil common, Frostwalla. Okay. Rare and mythic is a rare. It is a oh no, Fallen Shinobi. That is a 5 for mana value. I think that's going to put you at a tie for the low at this moment. Fallen Shinobi. So you have a 5, 6, 7. That puts you at a 22. And all of a sudden, Daniel B., who was playing for the high, is all of a sudden tied for the low with Steve. Steve, I don't think you have any mythics. All right, Ezra. Ezra pulls double land. Not impossible. Ezra would have the low. Otherwise, Ezra, you're chasing the high by 4 mana value. You're in a pretty good position either way. Rare is... Oh, wow, Genesis. Well, that's one way to do it. That's huge. That's a 5 mana value, which is a ton in this format. And it automatically is enough to overtake Jane V for the high. No drama needed. No last pack drama needed. Here we go. Foil uncommon is Scuttling Sliver. That's kind of cool. Oh, and another mythic. Bam! Morophon. Wow, Ezra, I believe this is your first battle, right? This is your first battle with me. And, my friend, you have had quite the battle. Locked up first, pulled 3 mythics. Holy moly. Morophon and Genesis getting it done. Etchings of the Chosen, Mastercore. That will certainly do it there. Echo, Sword of Truth and Justice, and Morophon. 12 mana value in 2 packs. Yeah, that's good enough. No recount needed there. Wow. Wow. Okay. Steve, 7, 9, 10, 13, 15, 18, 20, 22, 3, 6, 8, 11, 13, 15, 18. Oh, did I? Ooh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still 11, 12, 13, 13, 16, 19, 22. Yep. And the Seasoned Pyromancer will take it for the tiebreaker. So Daniel B., you'll have the low on tiebreakers. And Ezra, you have the high. There we go. All right, so, wow, great battle. And honestly, pretty good box as well. Morophon, not what it used to be because it got reprinted in Commander Masters, but still a really good commander, really playable. The Mythic batch in this box was really solid. I know we didn't hit the Force of Negation or the Captain, the Ranger Captain in this box, which are the 2 most valuable cards in the set. But behind that, the Mythic batch was really good. Got Prismatic Vista, got a lot of the other rares you want to see between Eldon Recall, the Altar of Dementia, etc. So pretty solid box of Modern Horizons. All right, on to the prizes. Daniel B., you have the low, you have the honors. Be honest, going in that last pack, I did not think you were playing for the low in that moment in time. But here we are. Battles, that's why we battle. Here we go. We've got Magda as the extended art foil. We have a Mythic, Force of it, which is, of course, a Modern Horizons 1. So we did get another Force. Not quite the way we planned it. Really good card still. But another Mythic. We've got Vihan Goldwaker as a Commander Mythic. Rare is Tiny Bones joins up as an extended art. And our pack foil card for this is Archmage's Newt. Not a bad OTJ pack as well with the Force of Vigor. All right, Ezra. Well, today, Ezra had the high. No one was better than Ezra. Couldn't pass up the joke. Sorry, everybody. All right, here we go. Marchesa, Dealer of Death. That is a 3. I don't know why I said 3. We're not battling anymore. There's another Mythic. How about Overwhelming Forces? That's really cool. So 2 breaking news Mythics? We sure did. Okay, all right. followed by Forger's Foundry. The Gitrog, the Ravenous Ride. Neat. I actually really do like this card. Doesn't see a ton of play, but it's a good card. 6/5 trample haste, and when saddled, does some things. And then one last job as a pack foil rare, and that will do it today. All right. Well, once we got past the technical difficulties, that was Ian not being able to understand how many participants and packs were in a box, and not being able to count the packs. Once we got past it, totally fine, right? That's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, thanks for sticking with me. I wish you all well. Thanks, and if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well.